Chelsea and Maresca have parted way. That was the news I woke up to. A very sad news on a New Year day. Today is going to be a day of celebration for me and other Chelsea fans. But the coach and the clubs, the sporting directors have decided to make this day a very listening and a sad day for Chelsea fans. Now, what are the things to take away from this point? A lot of people are saying that Chelsea, since this new owner have came in, Chelsea has been, sacking coach and all of that. I want to let you know, Chelsea has been sacking coach ever since Abramovich's day. I think since 2003 or 2000. There's no coach that have used 3 years in Chelsea Football Club. So this syndrome is not just these new owners. It has been happening for years. It's just that people think that these new owners will bring more stability. And the way Chelsea, these new owners are sacking coach and letting go off, it's not actually so different from the way Abramovich has been sacking coach. We all know when Antonio Conte won FA and Premier League for us here. He still chop sack. Sarri won Europa for us. He still chop sack. Abramovich, Mourinho, won trophy. After that season, he's still sacking. So it has been happening for long. But let's talk about what is happening around these new owners and recent coaches that they've sacked. What happened about Thomas Tuchel sacking? What happened? In 9 months, he won Champions League for us. He won Super Cup for us. They sack him because you don't want to be treated like a puppet. They want him to be explaining his tactics. They want him to be explaining the way he plays, which is not okay by him. I had a news. I read one news that today Thomas Tuchel and his staff, they are still surprised about Chelsea sacking him. Now Maresca has been sacked. What happened when I said it when they wanted to sack Mourinho. I said I'm not okay with sacking when they want to sack. I said it when they want to sack Pochettino. I said I'm not okay with sacking Pochettino because at that point he won the last 5 games for Chelsea. The last 5 season games for Chelsea, he won it. He has already getting the rhythm. The players are playing for him. The atmosphere in the stadium are changing, and they eventually sacked this man. They had an interview with a lot of coaches. Enrique came. They interviewed him. They know that they cannot control this one. They have to sack. They have to reject him. Now they brought him Enzo Maresca, to the team because in the interview they see that this one is coming from someone that is coming from Leicester. Surely there's a lot of things that we agree to in that interview, and they think, okay, this one they'll be able to manage this one. And this man went on to win the Conference League, the UEFA Conference League. He won the Club World Cup, and he took us to the Champions League, finishing in the top 4 for 2024/2025 season. Now, for 2025/2026, we are playing Champions League, all thanks to Maresca. I see the list of players they bought for Maresca. The likes of Kellyman, the likes of Paez, the likes of Sarr. If you see the list of players, and what is happening? What is the problem? I've always said one thing. Their project pattern will never work in Chelsea. This project will never work in Chelsea. These projects are for clubs like Brighton, Brentford, Bournemouth, Leeds, West Ham, Fulham. That they need to, once in a while, sell player, make money, and all. You want to base Chelsea Football Club project on buying small players. On buying small players. Who does that? Is that how Bayern Munich? Is that how Real Madrid? Is that how Inter Milan? Is that how Barcelona? Is that how PSG? Is that how other Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City? Is that how this club are building projects? I know it's not only Maresca that needs assessment. I will talk about where Maresca has error. But to me, majority of this error is coming from the owners and the sporting directors. You understand? This kind of project cannot work in Chelsea Football Club. Now, Maresca has some agreement with them during the interview, and it seems like the coach is driving away from what they agree on. After winning the Club World Cup, he went to stage, he appeared on an interview in Italy, which the owners are not okay with. That is one part. I don't know if it is their if it's in their written agreement that you cannot have an interview in such way. They said he wanted to release a book. The club owner go against it, that he cannot release a published book. That one is another part that is making Maresca angry. It seems like they are trying to decide what he'll be doing with his life for him. And you know, an Italian coach, they are very stubborn. They're very stubborn. Now, let's talk about the team management. Me, myself, I've not been okay with the way Maresca has been doing. When it comes to to the lineup, to the sub. Recently, I think in the past 2 months or so, they asked what did happen to Maresca. And this thing is not just happening. It has been happening since last season. Putting players where they are not playing. Obviously, when the player that can play that position is not even sick, you will bench him to play another player in that position. Now, another thing is that the medic is overriding the medical team decision about when player can play and when the player cannot play. So that is one of another important problem that is causing problem between Chelsea and the sporting directors and the medical team that Maresca is not okay with, and the medical team feel like there should be an autonomous decision for them on players, when players should play and when players should not play. Maresca on his own end feel like he's the manager. He can choose when player is ready to play. He just needs a little information from the medical team. These are the issues. Another issue is that Maresca went ahead to talk to Man City, which me myself I'm not okay with. Loyalty is very important in the team, when it comes to manager and the club. You just got this job. This is your second season in this job. You're already talking to another team because you know that there will be vacancy there because Pep Guardiola might leave Man City after this season, and you went ahead to be talking to Man City. This can cause distraction because if you have had a certain agreement with them, nobody knows the agreement you have with Manchester City. If they say they are bringing you in, if that's what you guys agree, it will cause distraction in how you are managing your present team, which is not okay with the owners and the sporting directors in Chelsea. Again, is that they feel like Chelsea dropping points from leading position in Premier League and Champions League together this season. It is very bad. We are dropping 20 points, like we are winning 1-0. It's either we draw or for example, we were leading Aston Villa. They have to win us 2-1 in that game. You know how many times that we have been leading all these small teams? Like the last game now here, we came back to 2-1 from losing position on Bournemouth. They later draw the game, dropping 2 points, which is not okay. But on that side, I don't think that this thing I mentioned is enough to let Maresca go, because the sporting directors and the owner have not shown enough backing to Maresca. In the sense that during the transfer window here before this season, Kowi was injured, and that's an ACL injury. Maresca asked for a CB They didn't give him. He came to the press conference and he made mention of it. The sporting director have to come to the media to come and counter that interview. They want him to be using just Ashipong. Can just Ashipong or Badiashi filled the space of Cowell in that team, and that is what we are seeing in this season. For that, after Everton game, Maresca have to say it in the post match that the last 24 hours have been the worst hours in Chelsea team. Since when I knew that Maresca was not present after to answer question after the Bournemouth game, I know that something is happening. I knew something is happening. That I knew something is going on, because that was not sickness. If he's sick, he will not come. He will not come on board. He will not come to the coach. He will not even be on the touchline. It was after the game that I don't know that you are sick. So I feel like the club director, the owners, did not show enough support to Maresca after winning the Conference League, taking us to the Champions League, and winning the Club World Cup. Because Maresca actually did a job more than any coach. Any coach last season. He played 63 games in a year. He coached the team to play 63 games in a year. It's not a small joke. Fatigue we set up in the team and a lot of things that are contributing to our form recently. So I was just hoping that both the coach and the directors meet and solve this issue out. Until I had this afternoon that Maresca and Chelsea have parted way. Now we'll be looking for a new coach. Who are we bringing in now in the middle of the season? Because I hate a club sacking coach in the middle of the season. This is not, how are we going to balance for this season? Who are we bringing in now? Who are we going to be bringing in now? I heard that Liam Rosenior will be something of Strasbourg. Will be coming from Strasbourg to Chelsea again. I cannot say he will not perform, because Maresca was brought in from Leicester City. So, and there are numbers of coaches that are on the list. But as at now, I think the person that is leading the race now is that Liam Strasbourg coach. What do you think about it? Because at this point now, I don't know if the coach is going to come in before Man City game, or Caballero will be the one to take us to the Man City game. Who is going to give the boys training before that match? At this point of the season, at this time of the season, this is not good for Chelsea. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. As you can see, I'm not happy. Thank you.